President Biden said last Friday that the justice system should be respected. Ironic, considering he himself doesn't seem to respect the legal system much at all. He said it was reckless for former President Donald Trump to claim that the verdict in the New York trial was rigged, just days after he told his supporters the Supreme Court could not stop him from carrying out his agenda. Do you see the hypocrisy yet? Yeah. His remarks came just 2 days after he bragged to his supporters at a rally in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, that the Supreme Court ruling his student debt relief plan was unconstitutional didn't stop him from canceling student loans anyway. Biden, like several other Democrats and Republican presidents throughout history, has taken aim at the Supreme Court for different rulings that they have made during the tenure in the White House, but nothing like this. Here with me now to discuss this further is attorney, author, and former law professor Matt Barber. Matt, nice to see you here. And when Joe Biden says, I'm going to go ahead and forgive student loans anyway, that should be a constitutional crisis. It really should be. He's thumbing his nose at a ruling that says you can't do that. He does it anyway.
Yeah, it has created a constitutional crisis, and it just goes to the lawlessness and the facilitation of lawlessness intentionally that this Biden administration continues to foster. You think about what they've done on the border through omission by refusing to enforce the law that is on the books, by opening the border, publicly, brazenly inviting people to cross the border by the millions. Then you look at what he's done with this so-called student loan forgiveness, unilaterally and arbitrarily, the forgiving student loans being smacked down by the United States Supreme Court, and then figuratively giving the Supreme Court the middle finger, saying and bragging about doing it anyway. You know, as my favorite talk radio host, Chris Plant, often says, if the left, and that includes Joe Biden, didn't have double standards, they wouldn't have any standards at all. And for him to then attack President Trump for criticizing an objectively skewed and twisted, and to use President Trump's own words, rigged trial in the state of New York, a star chamber really, for him to attack President Trump and say he's undermining the justice system, just smacks of hypocrisy in the worst kind.
Look, this entire charade of a trial in Manhattan was exactly that. The jury pool could not have been worse for the former president. You've got a whole group of people working against him. They didn't even know what the charges were until jury instructions were read. I mean, come on, Matt. How, as a defense attorney, do you defend your client if you don't know what you're defending them against? I mean, this is pretty clear. He will win on appeal, but the problem is this. Low information voters that only read that top line might say, oh, he was convicted, I shouldn't vote for him, because they don't dig any deeper and get any additional facts. They get their facts from TikTok or social media or Instagram, and that's a problem. And that is the intention, isn't it?
Absolutely. And that was the plan all along. They knew that this would be overturned. We don't have time, Steve. If we had talked for the next hour, we wouldn't have the time to bullet point all of the reversible error in this case. You mentioned one of the big ones by refusing to actually name the crime until the last day. And then they named three. And Judge Mershon says a jury, you don't even have to have unanimity on deciding what the predicate crime was. You can just go ahead and say that any one of these three crimes that he thought, two of which are federal crimes, which a state court cannot prosecute. You can pick two of you can pick one, four another, six another, however you want to do it. And you don't even have to name what the underlying crime is, much less unanimity on the elements of the crime. They didn't even.
I want to get into two more things. Yeah, I want to get into two more things real quick before I let you run here today. Number one, speaking of Donald Trump, the judge in that documents case putting it all on ice until she can determine whether Jack Smith can even legally be a special counsel. This is a legitimate question and an important one, Matt.
Absolutely it is, because he is not an officer of the United States government. Jack Smith was a private attorney that was appointed, again, without any Senate confirmation to prosecute this case. And the special counsel statute, there has long been questions as to the constitutionality of it. Judge Cannon, I hope that she tosses this out on that alone. But even there are multiple other issues equally as troubling as this fraud of a case in Manhattan.
Yeah, absolutely. And the last thing, of course, not just Trump being targeted, but the people around him like Steve Bannon, ordered now to go to prison July 1. Real quickly, your thoughts.
Well, we are no longer living in George Washington's America. This has become Joseph Stalin's Soviet Union, Joseph Stalin's Russia. The Marxists are in control. And, let's not panic, but it's time to fight back. And we are in a bad state of affairs in this United States of America.
Yeah. Matt Barber, thank you for being here as always. Good stuff. We'll talk soon. All right. This part of the program brought to you by Tax Network USA. Are you overwhelmed with back taxes or struggling with unfiled returns? The IRS has stepped up enforcement since the end of the COVID relief programs, issuing millions of pay-up notices in 24. If you're worried about IRS collection tactics, there's no need to face them alone. Tax Network USA can help you. Tax Network USA is the nation's premier tax relief firm with a history of negotiating over $1 billion in tax relief for clients. They offer a range of services, including penalty forgiveness, hardship programs where you might not have to repay anything until your debt is expired, and even offering compromise solutions for lump sum settlements. Whether you owe $10,000 or $10 million, their team of experts prepared to assist you. Even if you're behind on your taxes due to missing personal and business records, Tax Network USA can guide you through the process of catching up. Don't wait until the IRS ramps up its collection efforts. Contact Tax Network USA for personalized support with your tax issues. Handling IRS matters without professional help is dangerous, frankly. Protect your financial security by seeking guidance from Tax Network USA. The experts there provide strategic advice on reducing or eliminating your tax debt. To schedule a complimentary consultation, call 1-800-546-1000. 1-800-546-1000 or visit tnusa.com. Don't let the aggressive tactics control your life. Empower yourself with Tax Network USA. Take charge. Visit tnusa.com today.